Hello guys, welcome to today's video. In our previous video, we talked about Python. We started by introducing Python. We also discussed the application and specialization of Python, and we installed Python on a local computer. Then we also installed Visual Studio Code, which is text editor we're going to use throughout this training, and we set up our first Python project. And task was given at the end of the training. The task was to write a script, Python script that will display "Hello World, welcome to Goodisoft Academy." So if you have not done that before we start the today's video, we're going to solve the task first. So if you have not done that, you see the task in real time. So that's how we'll be doing. Remember, if you are new here, consider subscribing to our channel as I load video every week. So in this Python training, we're going to cover everything like Python for data science, Python for machine learning, and Python for web. That means we'll later talk about Python Django, which will be building web applications as well. So consider subscribing to this channel and wait for the videos. All right. So in today's video, we're going to talk about variables. We're going to talk about basic data types, that is integer, float, string, and boolean. And we're going to see how to accept input from the terminal and use it to do one or two things. That's what we're going to cover in this video. But before we start today's video, let's just solve the task of the previous video. If you have not watched the previous video, check out the channel on Python playlist. You're going to see the video number one. All right. So the task says write a script, Python script that will display the text "Hello world, welcome to Goodisoft Academy." To achieve that, I've already created this file inside a folder called Python videos. So if you can as well create it, if you check the first video, you see how to create the folder and open it with Visual Studio Code. So I'm just going to go straight. So to get that, it's just to do print as well and use single or double quote. Anyone will be good. Single or double quote and say "Hello world, hello world, welcome to Goodisoft Academy." Goodisoft Academy. All right. Sorry. Academy. All right, so we're going to run this and see the output on the terminal. To run this, I'm going to go to terminal, look for new terminal right away. I'm going to have this open. So once it's open, I'm going to type Python. The name of my project in this case is project2.py. This is the name on the Explorer. So I'm going to enter project2.py. Remember, if you are using Windows, you're going to type it this way: Python space project2.py. But I'm using Linux and I'm using Python 3. So I'm going to type Python 3 project.py. If you are using Windows, remember to type Python project2.py, right? But I'm using Linux. My own will be Python 3 space project.py to run it. So if I do this, I'm going to have "Hello world, welcome to Goodisoft Academy." This is how what we're supposed to get as the output. Yeah, I believe that feels good. All right. So let's go to today's video. In today's video, we're going to talk about variable. So what is a variable in programming? A variable is a container that holds a specific value, right? So let me just make a little illustration. If you have like C equals to 4 straight away, like so, right? This is what we call a variable, and this is assignment operation, right? And this is the value, right? So I'm just going to label them straight away so you get it. This is a variable, right? So you just permit me to copy this, duplicate this, and this is assignment operator. All right, assignment operator. Okay. So and this is the value. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to declare a variable with name C, and we're going to assign this value 4 to that particular variable. What it means is anytime you want to access this value, anytime you want to access this particular value, right? You're going to call C. So if I want to display 4 on the terminal, what likely I'm going to do, I'm going to say print, I'm going to use the word print in bracket C, right? Okay, so let's go back to Visual Studio Code and do one or two things there. All right, let's go there. Back to Visual Studio Code. I'm going to remove this tags. All right, so let's say to declare a variable is just the name of the variable, which is C, is equals to the assignment operator and the value 4, like what we did. And this is what we call variable declaration, right? So we just declare and initialize this variable. So we are assigning the value 4 to C, which is the variable. So if I need to access 4, now I'm going to do print C, right? Remember this time around, I did not put it inside quote. I did not put it in this quote like so. I'm going to show you the difference if you put it in quote and if you do not put it in quote. So like this will print this value, but if you put it in quote, let's just do the 2 straight away. So if I put it in quote, it will just print C because it will be saying C as a string. But if you didn't put it in quote, it will be saying it as the variable. So let's run these two things and see. So I'm still going to use Python 3. Remember, your own, if you're using Windows, is going to be Python only. Don't add the 3, right? Okay, so I'm going to do Python project 2.py straight away. So if I hit it, you're going to see the output. This is the first one, which is 4, and this is the second one, which is C. So when you are dealing with variables, you're not going to put it inside quotes, right? Okay, so this is how to define a variable in Python. So we can still define another variable, like for example, say first name is equals to or face underscore name is equals to um, this time around is a string number. We're going to give it in quotes. So it's going to be John, like so. So we can also do maybe is online, then we can do equals to maybe true. Right. So this is how to define a variable down here. So all these are variable. We just define variables. And now, what really happened when you do this thing? Let's go back to the illustration center. Anytime you declare a variable and initialize it, what happened behind the computer is just going to go and create a space like so and put in the value 4 in this case, right? 4, and it's now going to map that value to this variable name in the memory so that anytime you want to use this, you can access it. It's going to map this to this variable in the memory, right? So that's what happens every time you declare a variable. So let's go on again. I believe you achieve this. All right, so that is variable, how to define and declare a variables. Now I want to state the rules of defining variables, right? A variable cannot start with a dot notation. You cannot start like dot first name as a variable, but you can start with underscore like so. But you can also have number appended after you name the variable, like first name one is going to work, but you cannot start with one first name like so. It's going to throw you an error. So these are the rules when you are naming variables, right? Variables cannot start with dot notation. You cannot start with one, right? And when you are naming variable, you don't give space in between like this. So if there are two words, you're going to either separate it with underscore or you join them together, right? You join them together like so using Kama casing like this. This is the rules when you are defining variables. So you just need to follow this. And also you will not use any special keyword in Python. There's what we call special keyword. Keyword like while is a special keyword. Keyword like for is a special keyword. In is a special keyword. Break is a special keyword. There are many special keywords in Python which you cannot use. Then is no in break and so many of them. I'm just going to open up the keyword guide for you to see, so you not use those keywords. You're not going to use while, for, in break. You're not going to use if and else. You're not going to use this kind of keyword. They are called special keyword in Python that are preserved to be used, which we're going to see how we use all this as we continue this training. So we're not going to use all these kind of keywords when you are naming variables. Instead, if you use them, you're going to get some error pop up on your code because you're using special keyword. All right, so this about how to declare a variable. So as we continue, we're going to see how we'll use this and we'll be using it as we're going further. Remember, the way programming works, what you learned yesterday, you will continue applying the new one you are learning. So you learn to continue using them every time. All right, this is variable declaration. Now, what I want to talk about straight away is okay. Before then, I'm going to leave a task for you. So you have to um, declare a variable that accepts first name, last name, and age. Remember a variable that accepts first name, first name, last name, and age. So the task is declare a variable and assign first name, last name, and age to it. From what we have done here, I believe you can do that. I think we have already done one. I don't see that. So you can go and do the remaining one. Remember to share your code on the comment section below and to the community. If you have any difficulties, you can drop comments on the comment section or ask questions on the comment section below. All right, let's go to the next thing we have today. We're going to talk about basic data types, right? So, basic data types today. So, what are data types? They are basic data types like numbers, float, string, and boolean. For example, if I do score, is equals to 450. This is a number, right? 450 is a number, so it falls on that number. But if I do average, average is equals to 0 point or maybe 50.2.2. This is a floating point number. Any number that have a decimal point in Python is classified as a float. So this is float, but it's still a number, and this is an integer number. It doesn't have any decimal point. So this is a data type, integer or number data type in Python. So if you anytime you want to work with number, you're not going to close it on quote like this. If you do this kind of thing, it's no more a number. Do you understand? All right. So This is a number. So another data type we want to look up. So let me just write a comment up here, like integer, integer number, integer, the first integer, and this is a float. All right, so this is float and this is number. The next we want to talk about is what we call string. So I'm going to string is a data type that takes series of characters, including space. It can be anything as long as it's closed with single or double quotes. It is known as a string. So to declare a string, we can say company name. Company name is equals to either in single quote could be set. Could be set like so. This is what we call string because it's been enclosed with single or double quote. So even though I do double single quotes or double quote rather like so, it's still the same thing. Could be set. So you can either use single or double quote to signify string, right? So if I do something like this, maybe year, then I do equals to, I still put it in brackets, maybe 2024, like so. This is not a number, but it is seen as string because it has been enclosed by single quotes. So what it means is the difference is that you cannot perform mathematical operation with anything enclosed with single quotes, right? So like this, you cannot do year plus one, it will not work because it is going to give you a different thing, but not mathematical computation. So we're going to say about that. So this is string data type. All right. So we have another basic data type that is called Boolean. Boolean. Boolean is a data type that return like yes or no or true or false. That's the data type that we have. So we can declare a Boolean value calling bool um, is alive is alive equals to true. Remember Python is case sensitive. I think I missed something. Sorry, I don't need to put this. So Python is case sensitive. The true is with capital letter. If you do small letter, you're not going to get it right. So it's capital letter, right? True. This is a Boolean value. It returns either true or false. So these are the basic data types that we have in Python. We're going to see us use this many times and we're going to use it to solve many problems. These are the fundamentals of programming. You really need to have a good knowledge of this before you'll be able to solve complex tasks in programming. All right, so we can as well continue. So data type. So now we want to accept input, like get input from the user, allow the user to type from the terminal, like so, right? Okay. So for us to do that, we can as well we can call the input what we call input in Python is a method. Input enter So we can say enter your name here. Enter your name like so. If I run this code now, you're going to see the output. So I'm still going to type Python 3. Remember your own is Python, don't always mistake it. Python project 2.py. So if I hit on this, you're going to see on the terminal down here, enter your name down here. So I can type Goody right away and hit on enter. Then that will execute. So how do we do this? I can store this input in a variable, then use it to do one or two things, right? For example, let's say name. declare a variable called name equals to this input. So whatsoever person enters from the input, we want to store it in this variable and use it later. So what do we want to do? We want to print out hello, the name. We want to say welcome, welcome. Sorry, we need to put this in quote. Welcome name. This name we want to say welcome. If it is Kudi, it's going to be welcome Kudi, like that. So for me to display this, remember initially I said that this variable you cannot just put welcome name here. Name is not going to work out, right? So we want anything that is inside this variable name should display. So we're going to say welcome, then we'll come out from the quote and add comma outside here, then we'll type name. So we're going to type a print welcome on the quote, then outside the quote, comma, name. Then we're going to get the desired output. So we can type it again. This is Python 3 project.py. I'll hit on enter. You can say enter your name. I'll say Kudi. Kudi. Hit on enter. You're going to say welcome Kudi. Right? I believe it makes sense, right? Okay. We can even get numbers from here. I'm just going to play my terminal straight away. So we can get numbers from the terminal. Maybe just let's say enter number one. Let me remove this, or let's do the numbering. Remove this. So I'll say num1. Num1 is equals to input. I want to accept number from there. So I'll say enter number one, number, enter your score rather, enter your score, like so. I'll give some space. So I want to print out you scored, you scored, you scored, you scored, the score. That's number one, right? From the variable we got. So I want if you enter 50, it's going to be you scored 50. All right. So let's run the code and see how it goes. Python 3 project 2.py. All right. Project 2.py. So enter 230 and so you scored 230. So guys, this is how to do some basic um, manipulations with Python input and how to declare variables. Let me recap what we have done so far. We discussed about variables. We said that variables are containers that hold specific values. So we show how to declare a variable, and we talked about data types, that is basic data types, which are integer, float, string, and boolean values. Then we accept input using the input method in Python from the terminal, and we print it out. This is what we have for today's lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about string operations and arithmetic operators. If you find this video good, kindly subscribe to our channel, share, and give us a thumbs up. Remember to do your task. The task is you should write a script that displays text a variable of first name, last name, and age. Then we're going to print it out. I think we have done something like that up here. This is for first name, so you can follow up here and do the remaining one. You can share your code on the comment section down there, and also like our video. See you guys in the next video.